characteristics and examples of annual or biennial flowers. Annual or biennial flowers are light-loving plants, requiring good drainage and fertile loose soil.
Annual flowers
Usually prefer warmth over cold.
Biennial flowers
are more resistant to cold and prefer cool temperatures over hot ones. The flowering period can be regulated by adjusting the sowing period, light treatment, adding growth regulators, or other cultivating management techniques. Annual or biennial flowers are often propagated by sowing and are sown on seedbeds or seedling trees. Nowadays, plug tree factory seedling cultivation is widely used, which can increase seedling emergence rate, improve seedling quality, and increase labor productivity. There are also some species that can be propagated by cuttings, such as the string of red, dwarf morning glory, and colorful leaf grass. Annual or biennial flowers are the main material for flower beds or planted in groups, according to different colors in flower mirrors. It can also be planted in windsills, flower beds, hung in baskets, and other places, and is also suitable for potted and cut flower cultivation. After understanding the overall characteristics of annual or biennial flowers, we will further understand their cultivation characteristics through specific examples of annual or biennial flowers. Example of annual flowers. Salvia splendens can be said to be a representative of common annual flowers, also known as underwall red, herb ivory red,
Lamiaceae.
Salvia genus, cultivated annually. Belonging to perennial herbaceous plant, the stem base is mostly woody and can reach a height of up to 90 centimeters. The stem is four-edged, smooth, and the stem nodes are often red. Leaves opposite each other with long stalks, ovate leaves, gradually pointed tips, and serrated edges. The terminal inflorescence is covered with red soft hairs, with 2 to 6 whorls of flowers. The bracts are ovate, dark red, and fall early. Calyx bell-shaped, two-lipped, persistent, same color as corolla. The corolla labiate has a long tube extending outside the calyx, and the small nuts are oval-shaped. The flowering period is from July to October, and the fruit is ripe from August to October. The flower crown has bright colors, including bright red, white, pink, purple, and dwarf varieties. Salvia splendens is native to South America and widely cultivated in Chinese gardens. It is not cold resistant, prefers sufficient sunlight, but can also tolerate half shade and avoids frost damage. The optimal growth temperature is 20 to 25 degrees Celsius. The leaf yellowing to chlorosis recovery below 15 degrees Celsius, while flowers and leaves become smaller above 30 degrees Celsius. Greenhouse cultivation is generally maintained at around 20 degrees Celsius, like loose and fertile soil. The potting soil should be mixed with sandy soil, humus soil, and manure with a soil fertilizer ratio of 7.3. Using horseshoes, sheep hooves, etc. as base fertilizers. During the growth period, applying diluted 1,500 times ammonium sulfate to change leaf color has a better effect. We can use sowing or cutting methods to propagate it. Common varieties include Empire Series, Flame Series, Blue Ribbon Series, Scarlet Queen Series, Scarlet King Series, and Prospect Series. Sowing and propagation in open field cultivation. It can be sown on the open seedbed from late March to late June, or sown earlier in the greenhouse. Early sowing and early flowering. The flowering period can be from July to late October. The suitable temperature for germination is 20 to 22 degrees Celsius, and it takes 10 to 14 days for germination. For use during the following year's May Day holiday, it can be sown in late September of the previous year, and moved to a greenhouse for winter in late October. Cutting propagation. As long as the temperature is controlled above 15 degrees Celsius, cutting can survive at any stage. Usually, cuttings are cut in the open field from June to August, and the cutting take root 10 to 20 days. The flowering of cutting is faster than that of seedlings, and the height of the plants is also easier to control. When transplanting Salvia splendens, from seedling with 2 to 4 true leaves, sufficient basal fertilizer should be applied to the planting site before cultivation. When there are 6 true leaves, the center should be removed, and 2 leaves should be left. The center should be removed at least 3 times to promote plant dwarfism and increase flower branches. Fertilization should be applied 1 to 2 times during the growth period, and phosphorus and potassium fertilizers should be added before flowering. During the growth period, excessive water is not preferred, and the air humidity should be appropriate. If it is too dry, it can easily cause flower and leaf drop. If it is too wet, the branches and leaves are prone to decay. After Salvia splendens flowers bloom, cut off the flower branches 10 to 20 centimeters above the ground. Strengthen water and fertilizer management, and it can bloom again. Commonly used as the main material for flower beds, as well as ribbon-shaped flower beds, or natural-style pure planting at the edge of forests, often arranged in conjunction with light yellow plantains, dwarf marigolds, light blue or small pink asters, chrysanthemums, dwarf ageratum, etc. Potted plants are also commonly used for viewing in the north.
Biennial flowers.
We have selected the representative of common
Biennial flowers.
The tricolor violet. Three-colored violet, also known as butterfly flower and grimace flower, Violaceae genus Viola. It belongs to perennial herbaceous plant and is often cultivated for 2 years. The plant is 15 to 25 centimeters tall, smooth throughout with many branching stems, and often leans on the ground. Leaves alternate. Basal leaves are round and heart-shaped. Stem leaves are narrow, and supporting leaves persist. Flower diameter 5 centimeters. Axillary, dropping, with a total stem and 2 bracts. 5 sepals persistence. 5 petals irregular. 1 petal with a distance, and linear appendages extending backwards into the distance below each petal. The flowers have magnificent colors, often yellow, white, and purple, or a contrasting eye, in the center of the flower. The flowering period is from March to May, and the capsules and fruits mature from May to July. The weight of 1,000 seeds is about 1.2 grams. Originating from southern Europe, it is commonly cultivated in various regions. Relatively cold resistant, cool, slightly tolerant to semi-shade, poor development due to hot and rainy weather, and does not form seeds. Require fertile sandy loam soil, mainly propagated through seeds, but can also be propagated through cuttings. The seeds are small and can be sown in pots or trays. The covering soil should be thin. In the Shanghai area, seeds are usually sown in late September in a tray, and the temperature is maintained at 15 to 20 degrees centigrade after sowing. After about 10 days, the seeds can germinate. After one transplantation, they are transferred to a nutrient bowl in later October and overwintered in a greenhouse. They are planted in early March of the following year and bloom in late March. The three-colored violet prefers fertilizer during its growth period, so it is necessary to fertilize frequently and remove weeds regularly. Common varieties include Bingo cereus, Panola cereus, and Ziyu cereus. Early flowering, cold resistance to -40 degrees centigrade. The three-colored violet has a relatively short plant type, extremely beautiful colors, and a long flowering period. It is mostly used on flower beds, flower borders, border plants, and spring bulbous flowers for substrate cultivation, or as ground cover, potted plants, and cut flowers. That's all for the introduction of flowers for
Annual or biennial flowers.
Interested students can organize their own introduction manual for making flowers for
Annual or biennial flowers
that they are interested in.